You dug for dust and heat, watch the rig lights blur. Coins came slow through stone and the bills came first to hurt. But I found a different road where the load can pay its way. Stack the cards, set them free, let the uptime earn the day. GP auto, fill it on, turn the idle into gold. Every slot stays moving, every cycle stays sold. And I hear the numbers climb when the airflow starts to sing. What was sunk in mining pain comes back like everything. Rent the cars, let them run. Profit climbs one by one. GPO retro, here to stay. Mining's long and fading away. Rent the cars, let them run. Make it move, make it hum. GPO retro, line by line. Better margins every time. Red Panda Mining said, watch the old game bend. When the market turns the wheel, you need a smarter end. No more praying to the pool, no more waiting on a block. Let the clients book the hours, let the ledger tick and talk. And the trolls in the vast discord talk their noise all night, but the receipts keep talking and the math looks right. You can laugh at every doubt, let them shout into the dark. I'd rather own the steady stream than chase one lucky spark. Rent the cars, let them run. Profit climbs one by one. Tribute rental here to stay. Mining's long and fading away. Rent the cars, let them run. Make it move, make it hard. GPU rental line. Better margins every time.
Hello, hello, hello. Assuming you guys can hear me. Yes, mic is on, not muted. Imagine that. Didn't pull a panda. He's not here to defend himself, so I guess I won't say that. Glad you hear me, Todd. Todd Tebow, appreciate you being here. Let's see who else is here. Muria, easy for me to say. Squirrel Masters, The Toxic Miner, First Time 13. Let's see who else is here. So I already said Todd Tebow, Slothman 2020, The Hobbyist. Yeah, I was late. I had to restart the computer because it was giving me issues. I just need to start making that like the thing to do. Learjet Minako, Skyfox 3372, and David MC 1975, and Where's Waldo Crypto rounding out the bunch. The early goers. Hey, we got 24 people here already. That's good for me. Appreciate you guys all being here. I am currently about 5 away from 10,600. So if you are not currently subscribed, I really appreciate it. It'd be great to get over 10,600. My little doohickey on my desk will make a noise if it actually gets there tonight. But getting awfully close, awfully close. So I know some of you are probably thinking, who are you and what have you done with Max? Because I put out 3 pieces of content in the last 8 days. It even shocked me. I was thinking, did I really put out a piece of content during the middle of the week? Well, it evidently doesn't lie. So that's what my YouTube creator account tells me. So definitely will want to be putting out no less than 2 pieces of content a week. I did. I kind of went back. I've created some new processes that were really helping me on some areas, and then I was trying out other things. So I was trying out CapCut. I know you guys probably don't want to hear so much about this, but I was trying out CapCut. Can't stand it. I was getting all these sync issues with the audio when I was making cuts and things like that. So I'm like, this is not working. This is just a pain in the butt. And a lot of the niceties that I come to like with Descript, I was really missing. And so I went back to Descript for the video I put out this morning. And I knew that that was going to be a really tough video to make. It was long. I was trying to make it as unboring as possible, but it's a boring video, but it's a lot of valuable information in there. So I kind of wanted to get it all out there. I didn't want to put it across multiple videos. Just wanted to get it all in one. But it helped me add some additional things. I asked for B-roll, and it's like, no. You don't want B-roll. You want some graphics. So I put where graphics belong. You go put in the graphics. That's what the underlord for Descript was telling me. And as I went to those spots, I'm like, oh yeah, I meant to put one there. Oh yeah, I meant to put that there. Oh yeah, I meant literally it must have been reading my mind, because everywhere where I wanted to put graphics, it was telling me I should be putting graphics there. So that worked out pretty well. So basically, I'm back on Descript. Yeah, I got to pay for another. I'm going to end up paying for another year. But at the same time, the ability for me to get that video edited, it was filmed and edited in one day. I wouldn't be able to do that without Descript, and it would have taken me forever with CapCut. So that should help my process and what I am putting out for content. So I do have like the next 3 videos planned. That's actually next 3 videos planned. And who knows, one of the third video of those 3 videos might end up get delayed if I have another video that I want to put out instead. But because that's kind of how it usually works. It's always like the third one in line. It's like, no. Now there's something else that's more important to do. So, but eventually I'll get that third one done. But anyway, that's kind of what's been going on. I might have. Are you coming, hobbyist? You're in the chat, but I don't see Let me see if he let's see. He did not send me anything in unless I missed it. No, did not see anything there. So yeah, whenever you're ready. I do not know. I was thinking Alpha Mind might show up tonight. I had invited him, but he's had a pretty crazy day. His crazy day involved being DDoSed on his new mining pool. We'll talk about that tonight as well. But we'll go over, nothing like supporting, one of our own in the mining community. And Alpha Mine has. If you haven't been to visit his Discord, check it out. Has a lot of great information. He is always on the bleeding edge when it comes to being in the know. But we'll talk about. By the way, so I put out the. Let me turn that down. The thumbnail and the announcement for the stream on Thursday, and I'm curious when people saw that if they knew what the little thing in the lower right meant, the little oyster. I was curious if anybody kind of looked at that and went, huh? What does that mean? But be honest, I'd love to hear, put it in the chat, if any of you knew what that meant. I'm sure at this point you do, because it's now been out there. I was hoping that maybe I'd be able to, talk about it, because I heard about it earlier in the week, this past week, and then the new coin that's taken the world by storm. And so we'll we'll talk about that tonight. But let me see what's going on in the chat. Let's see. Because all I did was say hi. Let me see if what else you guys might have been saying in the chat. The mic was not muted, Squirrel Masters. Ye have little faith. Ye have little faith. Let's see. Why? Well, that's really interesting. Oh, I bet I know why. I don't know why my scroll was not working on this, but let's see. Yes, that was me singing. I know I wasn't muted. So, what do I have a fan hobbyist? You like my singing? I actually can sing, but yeah, singing that high? Oh my god. Let's see. Maybe I shouldn't have told the folks who posted it in Vast. Yeah, there were definitely plenty of people in Vast that knew what was up, knew what was causing it. But I will tell you, like, right now, that machine behind me is humming. And the basement is hot because Pearl has taken over my basement for the most part. Not completely, thank God. I'm glad actually I had some lasting jobs down there because otherwise it would just be just stupid hot. Let me show you this and then I'll bring in hobbyists. So first of all, that's not as bad as it was. I'm pulling 16.3. You can see that. It was at 16.3 kilowatts consistently. Earlier today it was at 18. And now it's pulling 17. So anyway, somewhere in the range of 16 to 18 is what it's been pulling. Now, if we look at the temps, now one of these, that's much better than it was. I'm below 100 degrees behind in the hot aisle. So on the upper right is like high up behind the rack, so in the hot aisle, and then the number right below it, like 90 degrees, that's in the hot aisle, but that's the bottom of the hot aisle. So, and then if I show you what the actual temperature, this will take a little bit. Let me pull in hobbyist and get that set up, and then I'll tell you what the actual temperature is down there. Let's make sure I can do this. Live stream group chat. Mute. I guess. Let's see what we got here, because that does not seem to be working. Come on, man. Oh, this thing's killing me. This is why I had to restart, because it wasn't working properly. Shoot. All right, let me try this. I can hear you. Can you guys hear him? I don't know.
It's got some, yeah, it's like your camera's on phone.
Yeah, and that's what I'm not really sure about as to why that is. Hang on a second. Can you guys hear Hobbyist when he talks?
They said, Sportmaster said they could, but barely.
Yeah, that's probably because you're feeding back through the mic because I got the speakers turned up really loud. Oh, shoot. This is making me mad. Let me do an edit. Come on, edit. There we go. What was that? No, I know, because you're hearing them through the speakers. I got that. I just gotta. Sorry, excuse me, guys, just for a second. I don't need to edit the. Oh, because okay, so that's just the audio track. That's not going to help me. It's this up here. Ah, frustrating.
If you can't get it working, don't stress.
I won't stress, but it's just frustrating. I restarted just to make sure that this was going to work. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try this. All right, let me do this. Let me see if I take these two away. I'm going to add. Hold on. I'm just trying to make sure that I bring this in the right way. I think it's browser. And
He's doing it live. He's doing it
I'm
live.
doing it live. At least that's the idea. Except it didn't give me the option to even put in the browser.
This is that weird software you're using, right?
This is. Oh.
That's an echo.
Yeah, because I got two of them in there. Hold on. Okay. Now I got the echo. And it should be gone. No, it's not gone. Why is it not gone? Browser 1. Oh, you know what? Okay, hold on.
Echo.
Okay. Still an echo. Why? How is it an echo? I just muted everything. Maybe there's more than I. Oh, yep. No. Okay, I just muted everything, guys. That is so weird. Okay. All right, hold on. How's that?
Can
you hear me?
Fine. Jay Styles, they're saying it's good, but let's give it a minute to catch up.
See, that's the thing. Now I can't hear you. I swear to God, it's because of echo cancellation. Hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
If I had.
They can hear me. Way too technical.
Because I have to be able to hear you, and if I turn it up, it echoes back, and I don't know why it's echoing back.
Put headphones on.
Right, let me turn up.
Problem solved. It's like watching my grandpa try stream. The funny thing is, I don't think you can hear me right now. So this is awesome.
Everything.
So I'll just chat with you guys. I'm just gonna chat with chat. Yeah, he uses speakers. He's an old man. He uses speakers.
Yeah, but the speakers aren't the problem because I should not hear myself coming back.
Yeah. It's rather entertaining though.
Oh, wait a minute.
All good.
I just fixed it. Fixed it. Now I know what the problem was.
Okay.
So there's a cue which would have me having my audio come back if I had headphones in, and I had to unclick that. So we're good.
Do you want to spread out our source so it's bigger?
Yes,
on your screen?
I'm getting there. Chill, man. Chill.
Listen. I'm gonna ask Sunflower Mama to step in as your producer moving forward and just give her the keys to the kingdom and let her handle it because it's just too much for you, Max. It's too much. You can't do it live.
Well, the thing is it should have just been there. Now, why is this not spreading us out?
Is it locked?
It shouldn't be. It should just be hold on. Okay. Let me see if I do this. No. Why? Why?
Just leave it.
This
Just
is
leave it. Don't worry
dumb.
about it then. Just
This
leave
is
it.
dumb. Let me just see. I want to see something here. If
Okay.
I
Can you
do
guys still hear
this,
me? You can hear me. You can hear Max. No echo. Like a 3 checks. You can hear me. You can hear Max, and there's no echo. That's all that matters.
yeah. Yeah, I suppose we can run with this if we have
Let's
to, but I
just
don't
run with it.
understand.
Run
Oh,
with it.
wait a minute. I got it.
Oh man,
I think.
he's using this
No.
weird third-party software. It's all good, guys. It's all good.
It's yeah, I'm using Meld.
You know, with all the money you're making from that auto script, you know, you could
I
just
found it.
pay for you could just pay for StreamYards and be done with all this. I'm just putting it out there. Just like putting it out
Please.
there.
No. This works fine. I don't understand
Uh-huh.
why it did what it did, but hold on. Look
Hey,
at
Sunflower
that.
Mama, this works fine.
I got it. See? Now I just have to do what I did with the other one, which was move us up to the top. Look at
Perfect.
that.
Love it.
Good as new.
It's perfect.
It only took
You
me
know,
15 minutes.
you know, it's a pleasure, Max. It's always a pleasure working with you and being a guest on your channel. I'll tell you what. All right. Always a pleasure.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it. All
I
right.
like it. 100%.
See,
100%.
there's no echo when it's set up properly. Just
That's
saying.
right. Now don't touch it, all right? Don't look at it. Don't touch it. Don't breathe
I
on it.
didn't. That was the thing. I just created a new browser entry like I did the last time. What? I didn't touch anything. See what you did? See what you did?
Oh, trust me. Her and I are on the same side here, all right? Her and I are on the same side here. You're
Yeah,
the
I
one in
feel
trouble.
ganged up on. I feel really ganged up on. Dang, to
Max.
think I took her out for a nice lunch today. Jeez.
Hey, Max, at least you know your place. It's okay. All right. At least you know your place. All right. That is good. That is good.
All
But
right.
on that note, how are things on the Mac side of the world? Not to go down a rabbit hole. How's the whole body? How we doing? How we recovering?
Going pretty well. It's interesting because it's like I can feel myself getting stronger, but in order to get stronger, you have to like work out to where your muscles are sore all the time. And
Okay,
so
sure.
right now I'm just sore all the time, trouble sleeping, that type of thing. So it's a little frustrating because now it is kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Like Wednesday I went into rehab and the guy that I normally work with, he was like, wait a minute, walk back at me and then walk away. And he's like, wow, you look really good. And then I go in on Thursday, the day after I worked out with him, and the woman's like, "Oh yeah, you need to do one-legged steps on the treadmill." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Because you're limping." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm limping because I worked out here yesterday." I said I was perfect yesterday. So and it's getting up and taking the first step or two and then kind of concentrating and then walking, but everything's stiff. Muscles that hadn't been used in so long are coming back to life, so they're really sore. So it's still a work in progress. Like I said, I really understand now why my doctor said, "Oh no, you need to stay home for 3 months." So
So where how far are we into that 3 months? Remind me.
we are about 1 month left, so we're about 2 months in.
Oh man, you better count your days, man. You better count those days, putting you back to work.
I have to admit, I am enjoying my time off. I did get my first paycheck that was um, short-term disability only,
Yeah.
and that was a little surprising. But
Oh yeah, I bet.
I knew that it was going to be a lot less. I just hadn't like completely mentally prepared myself. I'm just so glad that what's going on with GPU rentals right now, it could not have come at a better time. And I know you guys have heard me say this before, but could not have come at a better time.
It's really interesting because I would say, I mean, you didn't feel this as much. I would say, you know, being more heavily into crypto mining, you know, things were definitely going through a lull over the last few months, and it was tough, definitely tough for sure. And seeing like a nice bump there just from the market overall, and then like the AI stuff, like The AI stuff has been great because for me and the AI stuff has been a constant. Whereas like crypto mining, we always say, oh, it's volatile and stuff like that. And it is, but we go through these laws, right? Where
Hmm.
like, like for me, anything like I'd say the last several months have been below 300 a day for my ASICs. And now we're consistently over 300. And that's really nice, to be honest with you. And I know some people in chat will be like, holy cow, 300. Yeah, but remember, I pay two commercial electric rates over there, and that's about $8,000 a month between the two total. So it's like, hey, 300 a day looks awesome, but when you add it up, it is very costly. So yeah, the bump has been really, really nice. Now, have you added any GPUs over the last, let's say, 30 days?
Just the one that's behind me.
Okay.
That's the RTX Pro 5000, and
Okay.
that was kind of a little fun today, where I was like,
Yeah.
the thing's really loud
Mm,
when with the fans I had, so I actually toyed with the fan curves to try to
okay.
get it to um a lower
'Cause you're
temp.
gonna keep it you're gonna keep it in there behind you then. Is that
That is
correct?
the
Okay.
plan.
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
the plan.
Hmm.
It's interesting though. Right now, where is the temp? Oh my gosh, it's at 87. Is what my shoot. Hold on a second. Wow. Um, my my
Let it
CPU is at
ride.
87 degrees C. Yeah, because and I don't know right now. That looks like there are two processes simultaneously on it, and they're both single
Mm,
threaded.
mm,
I got to look at this.
yeah.
Um,
After the stream. After the stream.
oh, I figure I'll go through it with you guys, but because it's like, uh,
Squirrel. Squirrel.
well, the problem is, like I said, it's at 87, 88 C
Mhm,
right now, and I had toyed
mhm,
with um the actual fan curve, and I'm like, well, I can
mm.
go in and do the fan curve and just put it up to 100%, and then
Yeah,
I'll have
yeah,
trouble
yeah.
hearing anything. But it's
Let it
pretty much
ride.
there right now since it's at 80, 88. It's at
Mhm.
100% fan curve.
Hey,
Um,
listen, it's getting warmer and warmer. I'll tell you what,
I know.
it was almost 80 here today in Pennsylvania, which is crazy because it was like in the 40s this morning and then this afternoon it was 80s. So I'm already starting to look at my because I have my three sheds and temps have been good. Temps are awesome. There's one shed I have one of my A6 that is not put through the inline fan setup. I just have sitting in there until I have time. And there's definitely a big difference in those temps. So yeah, look at it's coming. The heat's coming. Hopefully, people are getting ready
Yeah,
for it.
I was mid 80s today.
Yeah. Oh, out there.
So
That's nice.
yeah, so
Yep.
um I'm going into BPI top right now. What is taking up all my freaking compute?
K Shot says, "Hey Max, I'm getting rented at 39 cents on Okta with my 5090s. Feels good
Nice.
running light work jobs for salad, max load jobs for 27." Yeah, I mean, I would say I think we now what I find with the more and more people stepping into the AI GPU rental space is a lot of people try to play the game of like, oh, I'm going to put it on Okta one week and then Salad the next week and then like Vast the next week. And I would say play that game at first, but then like just because one is more profitable one week does not mean it's going to stay that the next week.
Right.
And you're also hurting yourself from a reliability score and so play the game as much as you want. Find the platform that works best for you. I have a massive love-hate relationship right now for Vast, as I've expressed to Max many times. It is great. It's profitable. Things are rented. When they work great. When they don't work, it's super frustrating. But
Yep.
other than that, Vast has been really, really good thus far. I'll update your audience on two AI things for me. The one was my 5090 rig that I thought would be interesting for your audience. So I wanted to shake off my renter, the person that was renting my rig. So I talked to Max about like, hey, what ideas do you have here? Because like when I first set up my 5090 rig, I put it really low, like really low. And this was from Max's recommendation of like put it low so that you can get verified quickly. And it was like crazy. It was rented in 5 minutes and it was verified in 2 days. So it was bam, bam, bam. Well, it got rented and the person and jumped on it, and I'm still learning this, and I still hate Vast UI for this, but, like, I had it set up for like several months out. So the person rented it and they had a super cheap rate, lower than like my rig got verified, which traditionally, those not familiar, you can increase your prices once you get verified. And so I was stuck. I was like, dude, I'm renting my 350/90 rig to a guy for 20 cents. Like it was like nothing. And so Max had recommended, why don't you schedule like a maintenance window, like 2 days out for like an hour. And then that gives the guy plenty of time to get his work off of there. And then Max had recommended like shutting it down and just leaving it off. And don't bring it back online. And maybe he'll just be like, oh, this is off much longer than that hour. You know, Max had recommended 24 hours. And then see if you could shake him. Well, I couldn't shake him. I went back and forth with Max. And Max was like, this guy knows what he has. Like he has a
Yeah.
skill here. And so every day I would power it on for like 5 minutes and check, and the guy still had it rented. And I feel like it was like 3 or 4 days, even more actually. No, it's through the weekend. And then I flew to St. Louis and then flew back. So till Wednesday. So it was off for 5 days. And my reliability like tanked quickly, but it came back up. But the guy finally got off of it, like after 5 days of it being down. And then I'm like, all right, great. Let me like get it relisted. And like, I don't like how in Vast, like, I feel like things default very easily, like back to defaults on the screen. And it defaulted and I didn't see it. And so the minimum to rent was 1 GPU. Well, now I got a rig that's rented and 150/90 is being used and the other two aren't. And now I got to play the game again of like, do I shake this guy or do I just
Well,
reinstall
well,
and
as
do
long
ID?
as he is rented at the verified rate, that's
Yeah.
fine. You'll be able to rent the two, either one at a time or two, because not many people are going to rent all three at once. I have
Yeah,
a rig of three.
the challenge is he's only renting 1 GPU and the
Right.
other two aren't getting touched, which doesn't make sense to me because I can't list this for more than 5 minutes and everything gets rented. So that's what's confusing to me.
Wait a minute, but
Minimum.
can you
Go ahead.
share your screen? Can you bring it up? Because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, the other two should be rentable.
yeah. Let me bring it up real quick here. Hang on.
But yeah,
Yeah,
this is one of the things I'm going to touch. My next video is going to be like the top 8 things you need to know about
Yep.
renting on
Oh, I'm
Vast.
glad you're taking that recommendation. That
Yeah,
was
well,
awesome.
between you and Panda, you guys have given me like an encyclopedia of things to cover. So,
Yeah,
um,
so here, I can't show that. It shows my IP or my IP, but I can at least show this info here. So like when I go into settings, see, so it's 45 cents is what it's at right now.
okay.
But
So is that person
and it has,
renting it at 45 cents?
I believe so. I
Okay.
mean, what I
So
can see
what's your
here,
minimum number of GPUs right now?
where do you see that at?
When you go to select?
When I go to settings, you mean?
Yeah, settings. Yeah.
Well, I can't show that because then it shows my IP address. So let me
When you
unshare
click on
here.
settings?
Yeah, when you go on settings, it shows your IP address.
Oh, okay. I didn't remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. When you click on settings, it shows or not settings. I'm sorry, not settings. When you click on it and it drops down.
Yeah,
You want me to
just click on settings. Don't drop it
Okay.
down.
When I click on settings, I can show that. Here we go. So that's what's right here.
Yeah. So what's your minimum number of GPUs right now?
Well, it's grayed out. It says 1.
It is 1. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
if your other 2 aren't rented, they should be rentable.
Yeah. I guess my question is like, where can you even see that?
Okay. So now let me share my screen.
Because
Um,
like, as much as this is where I say I love and hate Vast because like its UI is garbage. Like, literally,
it's just fine.
it's garbage.
Fine.
It's garbage.
It is
Listen,
not.
it's gotta
So
be. It's garbage.
what is your machine ID?
57086. The fact that we have to go this far, folks, to do this is stupid. I'm just putting it out there.
Okay.
He's doing it live. He's doing it live.
I'm gonna try it under a different browser, but that's not rentable. That's why you're not rented. So
Yeah.
I'm going to
See?
tell you exactly what I told Panda when he was trying to get verified and he wasn't able to get verified and you couldn't find it was, in fact, let me do this.
But here's the crazy thing. This is the second time in like 24 hours this has been a problem. I think it's a vast problem.
It
This
is.
is a vast problem.
Yeah.
It's not a me problem, and it's so frustrating to
No,
like.
Vast has bugs. No question. Vast
Yeah.
has bugs. I mean,
Yep.
all you got to do, as much as I I talk about how nice the people are over in the Vast Discord, um, uh, they talk about the same things. Like, oh, man, I'm losing reliability on this because X, Y, and Z, and this isn't right, and da 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 da. Everybody complains about a lot of the same things. I haven't seen this one complained about, but I've experienced this one myself as well. But here's what I am gonna do. I am going to bring up. Hold on. I need to remember. I think it's 106. I have to
Jay
figure.
Styles. Vax has one big bug. Max. There you go. Yep.
So I have to. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into one of my rigs that I have the Vast CLI set up, and I'm going to try to run the self test on it.
Yeah. So what happened last night with that was this was another example of I don't know how far back that was. A month, maybe 6 weeks ago, where I had an issue and I needed to reinstall Vast. If you remember this,
Yeah, I
I had to
remember.
reinstall Vast on a 3090 rig, and they would, they had me go through it. It was now a new rig, new rig ID, all that fun stuff, and it was online at 3090 and everything else was like getting rented instantly. This rig had nothing. Like it wouldn't get rented. It was unverified. And I'm like, all this demand and this rig has not been rented once. So I reached out, Enable actually recommended that I reach out to Vast and be like, hey, can you guys like test this on your side? And they're like, we can't even see that rig. And I'm like, well, here's my problem. The reliability keeps going up. It was 99.79% reliability. It just sat there for like 6 weeks. And they were like, yeah, we can't see it. And I'm like, okay, but this is a Vast problem. This is not a hobbyist problem. Like, why is this not working? So long story short, they ended up just having uninstall Vast, reinstall. It's just, I get that these things happen, but they need to start being a little bit more customer centric on like, hey, it's a Vast problem, not a hobbyist problem.
So
Let us help you along here.
What was the machine ID again? I'm gonna write this down this time.
57086.
Okay. So right now I'm gonna actually search offers on yours.
Mhm.
57086. Yeah, it's there. It's,
So it's
and under
rentable.
the CLI, it shows.
Okay.
So it should be, people should be able to see it. There's a 1 GPU instance and a 2 GPU instance available. I cannot believe you're not rented. Although, what do you have it at? 45 cents?
Yes. Let me look here.
Okay, so that's a little high. Okay.
I went, yeah, and I went high intentionally because it's
No,
been
that's
such a
fine.
pain in the
I
ass.
don't believe me right now with how much in demand these things are. My problem,
45 on demand, minimum 44.
okay, my problem is that
Mhm.
I have so many long-term clients that
Yeah.
I can't do anything about it. Now, what's interesting is I think the long-term clients I had switched from what they were doing to doing Pearl. Because like
I like
the
get the
number,
most
like
out of it.
I have 4 like one instance of 4 GPUs and another instance of 4
Mhm.
GPUs on the other one. Those never changed, but the temperatures did.
Mm.
So I think they were doing something else and they went, oh, screw this. I got this guy cheap. I'm going to pound his machine and whatever. So anyway, it is what it is. You take the good with the bad when you get long-term rentals.
Yeah, I mean, I have that one set to 1 month out just because I'm trying to get these rigs into a spot where I'm happy with it.
Mhm.
And then all the 3090s, they all set on the same day. And those I pushed out to like July or whatever. Because I'm like, they're 3090s. I'll take like, something of that sort, which is good. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens in that regard. I did actually message Vast. They actually just got back to me asking about those 2 other GPUs, and they said that's because you set the minimum GPU to 1. So I'm like, okay, well, what about the other two? Can they be rented individually? I'm just very eager to see.
Yeah, they definitely can be rented individually. I can see that.
Yeah,
They can be rented 2 or 1. And honestly,
yeah,
people can pick however many they want, but the standard, like when you actually do a search, you're gonna find 1, 2,
yeah.
4, 8. Those are
Uh,
the ones
yeah,
that
yeah.
you're gonna see. You won't see
Mhm.
3, 5, 6, or 7.
Got you. Got you. Yeah,
Well,
it'll
I take that
be.
back. I
It,
have seen 6. If you set a minimum GPU count of 6, then you will see 6 because I have done that before,
okay.
but that's the
Okay.
only time.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I definitely want to. We don't chat about it tonight, but we chat about it another night. I definitely want to. I was thinking about this. I need to at some point here consolidate down my 3090s into one rig. Like the fact that I have 8 3090 rigs just like all running. It'll be easier because like I want to consolidate them down. And before I thought of it and we talked about it, but I was like, oh, like if they're rented, like keep it. But now it's like the demand's
Mhm.
so there. And I also had chatted about this on my live stream too, that like that's 8 rigs of hardware I could sell and probably make it like and make back some of that memory cost, make back some of the NVMe costs there. So the hard part is like, what do I like? What do you do with these rigs, right? I got these 8 rigs now, pull out the GPUs. And so like you hate to piece out the memory and the NVMe's, and then you just have all these chassis. That's the worst thing. It drives me nuts. Like I'm just gonna have so like I might even look at like maybe even and tell me if you think I'm crazy, maybe even I buy some 3060s, slap them in those rigs or something, and then just sell them online. Like,
Well, here it's interesting you mentioned the 3060s because
mhm.
I was talking to Crute and I saw this at CES. There's a motherboard. Again, it ain't a cheap motherboard. It's a
Yeah, yeah.
pro art motherboard, but they will do 2 PCIe 5 by 8 and a pro art
Okay.
motherboard. It's very hard to find that. And that's in a
Yeah, yeah.
B 850. So
Mm,
which I was just like, "Oh my gosh," but it's like 300 and no, sorry, it's I think it's like a $300 motherboard. Yeah, it's 299.
okay.
That's right. Which isn't horrible. So I was kind of like, what am I going to if I wanted to like reuse some of the hardware, but I wanted to get another server case where I could put like
Mhm.
8 GPUs in it. So I would take all of my 5090s that I have, or I would take 8 out of
Mm.
the 10 of my 5090s and put those in that chassis. What would I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
with all the other boards and memory and all that kind of stuff?
Mhm.
And I'm like, well, at least 3 of them I could swap
Sure.
out the new different motherboards so that I could put 2
Yeah.
in at a time and maybe just do 3060s
Yep.
or something else. I don't know. Um,
Yeah.
I have not figured out what my next step is as far as hardware. I will say earlier this week, I'm still kicking myself. Somebody just mentioned in the chat that prices on GPUs is going to go up by $300. Well, I had the opportunity to buy an open box 5090. It wasn't a gigabyte. What was it? I'm trying to remember which one. Oh, it was an Asus Tough, and it was $3,000. And
Okay.
all I had to do
Wow.
was Micro Center. All I had to do was just put it on order, and I had 3 days to decide. But I was trying
Yeah.
to decide before I did it, and by the time I went to go do it, it was gone. So I'm like, how many times do you have to tell yourself, just put it on order when you find it, and then decide?
And those types of devices. So okay, you're not buying a car and you want to like think it over. Like you're buying this hardware, you got to pull that trigger. Yeah, I actually just
Yeah.
went. I was like, okay, I'm curious. So I went and looked up. So 3060s and 3070s are going for roughly the same price on like Facebook Marketplace. So like I got to think who that like you and I know why the 3060s would still be pretty decent from the AI
Mhm.
side, but
Yeah.
for reselling these locally type of deal, I'm thinking a 3070. So yeah, I might actually do that. And like buy like, 8 3070s, put them into these rigs, and then, but I guess I actually take a step back. I don't want to have hardware sitting around like a panda. I want to go like, yeah. So I will probably at some point start to look at like, what does another 8 card 3090 rig look like and start to build that and figure out what I could do with that. And kind of go from there. I don't know. Maybe that's the server chassis I look for. I don't know. We'll have to see what direction we go with that versus an open frame. But I think that's probably my next hardware move is move all the 3090s because I could sell those 3090s, but it just doesn't make sense right now. I feel like, I mean, the prices are really good out there, but I don't know. I don't know. Sell them and then try to buy some overly priced 5090s or what? What do you think, Max? If it was you had 8 3090s in those chassis, would you sell them and then sell it and put it all into like because they've gone up now, right?
Right.
3090s, they're
So
yeah.
3090s. Uh, so here's the
Wow.
thought I have on them because I've got three, and believe me, I've been thinking about this. So you've got
Yeah.
three 3090s that make about 15 cents an hour. So about
Okay.
approximate on a normal in a normal market. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about in a normal market. And again, they're long-term clients, so that's what I'm stuck at right now anyway.
Okay.
But it's 15 cents, but their TDP is 350 watts. So a 5090 is going to be more efficient than that because it's going to be at
Yeah.
575. That's what I set mine at because that's the TDP. Um, and you're going to make twice as much. So it's like, and you're
Yeah.
taking up less space. You got to think about it. You only have so many PCIe slots that you can fill. So that kind of gets me thinking that. But then I'm like, okay, but what do I have
Mhm.
those GPUs in? One of them is in a PCIe 4. It's on a micro ATX PCIe 4. No normal
Mhm.
GPU is going to fit. I'm going to have to go with either a founder's edition of some sort that's a 3-slot card. Otherwise, it just literally will not fit in that case. Now, I guess I could take it out of the case and put it in an open, and I could do that. So I have
Mhm.
options on that. So that one definitely have thought about selling. It's an EVGA. The other one,
Yeah.
though, I've got in PCIe 3. So what am I going to put in that? Am I going to put, maybe I'll put 3060s in there, I guess, maybe. I don't know. So I'm certainly not going to put 5090s in a PCIe 3. I mean, it probably would work just fine, but I maybe on a lark I would do it just to see what would happen. Like right now, they probably get rented in a heartbeat.
So,
But
have
anyway,
you eBayed 3090s recently?
not recently, no.
$1,300 sold today. I
Yeah,
am 100% selling those. I bought them for 500, 550, and 600 was my peak. It's like, dude, sell them. They're going for double now, if not more. And I'm just going to take those and roll those into 5090s and bite the bullet on the higher prices because it's like, this is one of those things where I feel like if I've learned anything from the ASIC side of the world, it's like selling that asset when it's high and keeping up to date with the latest hardware. Like you have to. It's a game. It's an
yeah.
absolute game, and it's like, man, because I mean, think of that. Let's say,
Well, here's actually
let's
the thing. I didn't even think about this, but this could actually be the play for me. Is I could actually just sell the 3090s and
Mhm.
roll them into 5060 Ti's into those because I have 50s,
Yeah,
all
you
my
could.
5060 Ti's and T7810s. Right now, I've got one double 5060 Ti rig making over 35 cents an hour. That's
That's awesome.
insane. Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome, but it's insane.
yeah.
So I'm kind of like, and they've been reliably rented. Usually they're
Yeah,
making somewhere on the range of between 15 and 20 cents for
yeah,
the two of them. But still, for you're buying them for maybe $500 right now. And there's way less power. So they're making about the same amount, but for a little bit less power. Um
yeah.
anyway, I don't know. It was just a thought I had. Now you're taking up more PCIe slots with lower power
Mhm.
cards. So I don't know. It was just my mind has been all over the place. Like, what is the next step? And I don't know where I'm going with the next step at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sell them. I mean, I could let's say I got 1,300 for each of those, not that I say I will, but, like, that's about 10 grand. So, I could buy 2 5090s with that, and then I'll probably have to upgrade my power supplies in my rig, just because I'm gonna need to support more there, but I think that'll be the play. It'll be a little bit of a shuffle around there, but I think that's the way to go. maybe I'll buy the two 5090s, and I hate to spend this crazy prices on this, but like I've kind of tried to be patient on waiting for these Nvidia, founders editions to lotteries to go out, and it's just I'm not hearing anybody is getting them. Like I feel like they've closed that door for a while. So yeah, we'll see. Absolutely. So yeah,
Well, I mean,
I think
you
that's
could
going
go
to be the play.
crazy and just make things really simple and just go out and get an RTX Pro 6000.
Yeah, but can I put that in my 5090 rig, or am I like doing that individually? So I could put that with my 5090s.
Well, you can't put it with your 5090s
Yeah,
unless
exactly.
you use Proxmox and split it up with
Yeah.
VMs. I mean, you could do
We're
that.
not doing that. We're not doing that.
I'm
Yeah, no,
just
no, no.
saying. But
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
they're in high
yeah.
demand. They're
What do they go
let's
for?
see. That's what I'm trying to figure out because I'm on here. Let me there we go. Let's
Yeah.
see. Where is it? Workstation. There we go. They're renting out at about the low end is 62 cents. The median
Wow.
is 0.86 on Vast.
Hmm. So
So
I could even buy one of, how much do those go for in cost?
about 9,000.
Oh my God. F that. No, we're going
Wait a minute.
5090s.
What do you think you're going to buy a 5090 for?
Right now, if I go to Newegg, probably 4,000 now, unfortunately.
Right. So you're basically spending less than 2.5 times and making more than that at the same TDP. So remember,
Yeah.
their max is 600 watts. So your power cost is
Mm.
going to be lower. So you got to take that into account. And like I said,
Oh my
you're making,
God. Prices are
again,
crazy.
I look at things on a normal as opposed to where
Sure.
we are right now. And by the way, we haven't really gotten into Pearl too much, but the thing nobody's talking about right now is yes, they need hash power to keep their blockchain going, but that is
Mm.
not their goal. Right now, their whole thing is proof of useful work. There are two
Oh, I've heard
GPUs.
that word before. I've heard that
No, I
word
know,
before.
but there are only two GPUs that they have programmed and are capable of doing it on their network.
Mm.
H100 and H200. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
who has those? I know we
Yeah.
don't.
No, you're right. You're right.
So I still think while maybe the next 6 months will be really good, as if that network actually takes off and more people put H100s on that because that's where the money is, because that's really what it comes down to. Is that where the money is or not? I mean, right
Yeah.
now, RunPod completely out of H100s. They have nothing else to rent.
Yeah, there is a
So
value to being able to get 5090s and resell easily in the future too.
no,
Like
absolutely.
that's
Believe
some
me,
of the angle I go with.
I'm not going out and buying H100s. No way. That is, that's
You heard it.
that's a
Listen, you heard
huge
it here
leap.
first, Sunflower Mama. You heard it here first. All right, clip it, because he's
So
gonna hit you up. Listen, I found a deal, and we can get it for 0% for 10 years. It's coming
so
out.
this is where my mind goes. So somebody, I won't say who, somebody chimed up and said, Max, you need to go find a warehouse so you can build up your own as well as allowing others to come in and then renting your own hardware, all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
And just got me thinking. I'm like, yeah, I should, but geez, that's just such a risk, especially being close to retirement. While I wouldn't mind doing this into my retirement, but
Sure. Oh yeah.
it's so. But then I'm like, oh man, my sister has a farm. She's got lots of
Mm.
land. Maybe I could convince her, but then I'd have to figure out how to get more power there. Like I said, that's just where my mind was going. It is completely probably out of the question because they live in the middle of nowhere. So to get additional power where they are would be probably crazy expensive. Crazy
Yeah,
expensive.
I've actually already entertained flipping one of my sheds at the property to AI because it's 7.5, so it's
Mhm.
significantly cheaper than where I'm at right now. And the downside is internet speeds there. The
Uh,
best we can get there is 1.3 by 100, and it's
ooh,
terrible. Yeah,
yeah,
for mining, it's fantastic, but for AI, and it's just because of where this is. I mean, it's the downside. It's on the outskirts of town. That's perfect for what I'm doing with ASICs. But yeah, it's something I've definitely looked at already and continuing to keep my ear to the ground on.
yeah,
And but it's not worth it to like try to have them. Now there's fiber, maybe 300 yards away, but it's not worth it because these companies come out and it's like It's like the government's paying for something, right? This bag of bolts is $9,000. It's the same thing. Oh, well, you want to run 300 yards? It's $60,000. Like, wait, what world do you live? It's like you're dealing with insurance, right? Like,
Right.
bill whatever you want type of deal. So,
Well,
yeah,
that's what's
definitely
interesting.
not.
So actually, this past week, I have put in requests, multiple requests with Comcast. Like, look, I am serious about getting fiber to the curb here, fiber to the home,
Yeah, 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 it'd be
and
great.
and I'm still waiting for a response. I will do a video on this actually, but I'm still waiting. And what I did find out though is that their standard is, yeah, it's $1,000 for installation, and
Okay,
then 300 for 10 gig up and down.
okay,
It's actually 320 if you get their aunt or whatever their piece of hardware is, but I think I can probably go direct into
okay.
my UDM. But
Yeah, yeah.
so hopefully I can not have that extra $20. But anyway, let's just say 300. So it's expensive, but would be completely worth it at this point. I
Yeah,
need
sure,
fiber. It is killing me.
sure,
I'm losing money on not being able to get things verified in a timely manner, which is really
sure.
like not making me want to expand at all. I mean, what I really would like to do at this point, if I'm going to expand, is build the shed, get
Mhm.
power out there. Right now, that's still going to be, because I will have you have the initial cost of building it, which if you're going
Yep,
to another building, you still have those initial costs of build out. But then after that, I don't have anything other than
yeah.
electric. So I think right
Yeah.
now that's the smart move. But until I can get fiber, I think it's a fool's errand at this point. So
I would
I'm
agree.
really
I would
focused
agree. I
on
wouldn't do
that.
anything until then. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything after that. I think that would be good. But yeah, so we'll see. But it's so funny. I didn't expect to come on here and figure out my game plan with my hardware moving forward. So thank you, Max.
You're
I think
welcome.
you didn't have to say anything. You just kind of guided the conversation, which is good. But no, that'll be good. Because I might as well sell those. I might as well literally start to, because what I could do is list them on eBay and then continue running them until they sell.
Yeah.
And then just pack them up and send them out, which will be good. And yeah, I'll probably, maybe I can hit up Panda and buy some 3070s. I hear he's a dealer, so hit him up, be like, hey, I need some. Actually, I think he sold all of his 3070s. Now I think about it.
Did
But
he?
yeah, I'll have to find. Yeah, I think he traded his 3070s with Pro. Can't remember the name of the company that he swapped them for the for the, or no, the CMP cards. He swapped them for the CMP cards.
Oh, that's right. I forgot
So
about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Panda, you're coming late because you're late to everything. All right, let's be honest here. You're late to your own live streams. But you're coming late. We already discussed this. If you were here, we were talking about how we bought 3090s for 550, $600, and now they're going for $1,300 on eBay sold today. So it makes sense, just like A6, it makes sense to sell them when they're over double their cost. And I'm just going to roll those into some 5090s instead, because I have 8 of them. And then I want to, since I have 8 rigs, single rigs, I'm going to buy some 3070s and put them directly into those and just sell them locally. Like here, they got 64 gigs of memory, 2 terabyte NVMe, decent CPU. It's like it'll be an easy sell.
Sorry, I'm going past some of the. I haven't looked at the chat. We've been chatting so much.
Oh my
Geek of
goodness.
all trades is here. Oh, I see. I didn't really see him. He says whoever
Nope.
that is says it's a figment of our imagination. You are not the geek of all trades we are looking for. If anybody gets that reference.
I depends how old they are, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, 100%.
All right, let me see. If you guys want me to read your chat, please tag me in the chat. Mr. Tiger says I should buy a ghost town. Last time I checked, though, ghost towns don't have power
Or fiber.
or fiber, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Anyway, welcome, Swam7. Appreciate you being here. Crypto MB. Let's see, who else did I miss? Northern Crypto and Tech. Wait a minute. I have over 51 people here tonight. Thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate it. John Germain. K-Shot 9000. Let's see. Who else? Frogman Mining. I'm not gonna go up too much further. I think I hit most people. I think Squirrel Masters was here at the very beginning. All right. Oh, by the way, you know that somebody was Cookie Mailman says check your Discord for a DM.
I checked. He shot me a message
Oh, okay.
of these two gnomes, they're like yard
Oh,
gnomes that he has, and
okay.
they're like red, white, and blue yard gnomes. I love it. I get messages from people all the time, which is like random gnomes. I'm like, cool, awesome, love it, love it.
So actually today, so Sunflower Mama is really, really handy. And 5, 6 years ago, our umbrella from IKEA, where the frame is like
Mm,
bulletproof. I mean, this thing is
mm,
so solid. But I mean, umbrella tops wear out. This one wore out.
yeah, yeah.
IKEA did not sell replacements. So she made one. 5, 6 years later, she was about ready to order more material. She's like, you know what? I complained a lot. Maybe they came around and actually started making tops, which they
Oh, nice.
did. So
Oh,
that's
that's
why we
cool.
went over to IKEA and had lunch. Swedish meatballs. Um, had
Nice.
those. It was a fun afternoon out. And we got the top, and she's happy because she didn't have to make one this time. It was like $100 for the top. The
Yeah.
material she bought was more expensive than that, and she had to make
Mm.
it. So yeah, so we had she was very pleasantly surprised. She's like, "There's only 3 there. I'm ordering one now. We're gonna pick it up this afternoon." I'm like, "Cool."
How far is your IKEA from you?
Jeez, today it was like 45 minutes. It was ridiculous.
Okay.
So much
Yeah.
construction. But it's only like, I mean, it's funny. It's only the next town over, but the next town over is Schaumburg, and Schaumburg is a very big town, very
Dang,
sprawling town.
Schonberg. Yeah, I know. Schonberg, man.
So,
Whatever.
so yeah, so
Whatever.
I'm like on the southwest tip of
Okay.
Schaumburg, and this is on like the northeast
Got
side
you.
of Schaumburg. So
Got
it's
you.
probably about 10 miles, something like that.
Okay.
But it took
Nice.
45 minutes because of construction.
Oh,
So that was
oh,
fun. It was fun. But anyway, um,
good.
yeah, so it was a good day. Good day.
I
Um,
like it.
but anyway, actually, the good thing about talking about the shed, going back to that subject, I mean, Sunflower Mom is kind of open to the idea.
Yeah.
But again, without
Well,
fiber.
she wants her basement back. I don't blame her. Like, I don't
No,
blame
it's
her.
not
Come
about
on
that.
now.
It's actually not about that. In fact, she actually mentioned today, she's like, hey, we can close off the stairway and open up the other 2 windows for more ventilation
Mm,
down there. I'm like,
mm,
okay, cool.
mm. Yeah, I
Um,
mean, it absolutely makes sense. I mean, I would absolutely explore like what you can do with fiber and stuff like that. I mean, I think also look into like I don't know how far you have to run it and things like that. I mean, there is a business write-off you can do for that too, but it's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow for,
well,
hey,
technically I can't because it's residential. The taxes are pretty clear. When you do an improvement to the home, the amount of space you use in the home for business, which I do,
mm,
obviously, I do take that write
mm,
off. But that percentage is
mhm,
all you can write off on additional expenses. The cool thing is
mm,
that like when I did the heat pump, well, yeah, I can
mm.
write off that expense, a
Sure,
portion of it,
sure.
because the percentage of it, that's the office. So things like that I can do.
Mhm,
Anything that applies to the entire house. When I did the electrical panels, same thing,
yeah.
percentage. Even though the main reason why I did it was for the business, I was trying to see if I could do the whole expense. Nope, can't do it because it's a general thing for the whole house. The
Who
shed
does
in
your
the back.
taxes, brother? Who you gotta find a better I know it's you. You gotta find a better tax guy. I'm
Look,
telling you
it's not
now.
about, hey,
I'm
it's
telling you
about,
now.
I am honest to a fault. I look up all the rules. I know what the rules are. I am not going
Crazy
to get
man.
creative. I am going to do things by the book. And that's the way I do
Mhm.
them.
Mhm. Be a
So,
better tax guy. I'm telling you now. Better tax guy. I am of the school of thought of expense it all. Like literally, I have a team that I use. I think I've told you this. They're called Cookie Finance. They
mm-mm.
do all my so when I went to Vid Summit down in Texas, that's YouTube's like big summit per year.
Oh, okay.
There was there was a they have like speakers, panels, everything, and they have workshops. So smaller companies run these workshops. So there was a company called Cookie Finance. And they ran a workshop for content creators that is specifically on they do bookkeeping, CPA services, tax services, and business guidance. And so you pay one set fee per month, and they do everything. All my legal forms they file for me with the state, with the IRS, with federal. They do all my bookkeeping per month, and they do all my taxes per month. So they
Nice.
do are and everything. So I met with them multiple times when getting started with them, and they went through my books from last year, and they're like, "You're missing a ton of things that you're not expensing here." And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" They're like, "You're on camera, right? Expense your haircuts. You could be creating content, but instead you're cutting your grass. Pay someone to do your grass. Expense the entire thing." They're like, "You have home internet. Expense the entire thing. You need that for your business. You have the like
So it's funny.
expense everything."
It's funny you mentioned that. Be
Yep.
careful, because
Mhm.
there is a person that I follow. I wish I could remember what her name is.
Mhm.
And she, like a lot of people have gone on there and said, "Hey, yes,
Sure.
I'm on camera. I can expense my haircuts." She's
Yep.
like,
Yep.
"Nope, no, you can't. You can expense it, but if the
Yep.
IRS decides they're going to audit you, they're going to disallow it. It's very clear."
That
And she goes
that's
through the code. She says
Yep.
what the code is and why it doesn't apply. So I'm
Yep.
just saying.
I listen. I have an entire company that does all that. That's for them. If the IRS comes to audit me, they handle all that auditing too for me. Like that's all paid in that monthly deal, 100%. So that being said, go spend $50,000 and expense the entire thing, please.
Okay.
With that
Well,
fiber.
hey, with how many people they've let go from the IRS, I don't know how much we
Oh,
really have to worry about any of us getting
yeah.
audited at this point.
That's right.
They're just
That's
struggling
right.
to get checks out and to
My buddy
process.
works for the IRS, and he's like, it's an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I asked him last year, I had drinks with him, and I was like, "Hey, what is the IRS's like views on crypto?" And his exact answer, the IRS has no clue how to handle crypto. He's like, "We
Right.
have no clue." He's like, "We have no clue." And I'm like, "Okay, that makes me feel better. Thanks, appreciate it." Like, it's just, yeah, one of those for sure.
I think that here's the thing. If you intentionally don't go you go around laws and rules that the
Sure,
IRS has set, yeah, you're going to get penalties up the
sure,
wazoo.
sure,
But
sure,
if you make a mistake because somebody else advised you, they're
sure.
usually pretty
All different.
reasonable to do business with.
Yeah, yeah,
So you might have to
exactly.
pay some things back, but
Yeah.
so anyway.
I get you. I get you.
Yeah, I still haven't done my taxes this year. I still got to do
Yeah,
them.
mine are extended. I have a meeting this week or next week with that group to go through them. This is their first year doing them for me. And then I owe on what do I owe on state, but I'm getting back on federal, which
That's where
never
I'm at too.
usually I never get anything back. So I'm like, heck
Same
yeah,
here.
let's go. Like, heck yeah. So and it's not that much actually, so it works out well. But last year I was still last year it was still just traditional like LLC filing. This year it's an LLC but with an S corp filing. So this year I have like a full W-2. I pay federal, state, local tax like through like just like you would through an auto pay. Like that's how I'm actually paid. I'm paid every 2 weeks and everything. It's two line items on my bank account. One is my salary, the other one is all my taxes.
Mhm.
So all of that's in there. So it'll be a lot easier for taxes moving forward, which will be nice.
Nice. Yeah, for me, the reason why I don't have it done is I'm kind of at a sticking point where the circuit panel, if done by itself, wouldn't be tax deductible or wouldn't have a tax credit, I
Mm,
should say. There's a $600 tax
yeah.
credit. But because I put in the heat pump, I
Mm,
can deduct that. The problem is you need to know what the QMID is of that manufacturer, which is Siemens. Well,
mm.
Siemens didn't apply for a QMID. So I'm
Oh.
kind of stuck on how to do this. And
Mm.
so I need to do a little bit more research on how
On that
to address
specifically.
this. Yeah, on this
Yeah.
specifically. And then I can finish the rest, which there's still quite a bit left to do. I haven't gone through all my expenses yet, and put them in
Uh,
yet. But I mean, my taxes weren't that big this year, so I know I'll be
mm.
getting back a decent amount on federal.
Nice.
But I intentionally made sure I was going to have to pay state because it's a
Mm.
long story. But if I have any money supposedly coming back from state, the state withholds it. So,
Nice.
and that's where I
Yeah,
will be
yeah.
at. But it's complete and utter BS.
Yeah, Panda was
So
saying that
anyway,
he tries to update everything every 2 to 3 days, and I get it. I'm the same way. I'm almost do it almost every single day. I use a program called Wave App. They actually have a free version, and but I use it entirely for all my like I do all my own bookkeeping, and then I pass that off to that company. And their mine is all manually driven. I like have to do it. But Wave App's nice because you can categorize everything. So I categorize all of my income to different categories. So then I can literally at any time be like, okay, here's my 8 income sources and which one's doing well, which one, do I want to put more time into and stuff. And I can pull a profit loss report instantly at any time. So I use that religiously and I just export that once a month and send that over to them. So at any given time, I know where I stand, which is really nice.
So I think you kind of do things normally. I think the reason why Panda updates every 2 to 3 days, that's his OCD kicking in.
Yeah, but yet don't go in his basements. I mean, Jesus. I mean, seriously, like you might have OCD. He's got OCD on money, on the money side of things, but on
Right.
like items and clutter, yeah, absolutely not. Not a chance.
Yeah, right. Yes, same retro mic, except I planned on doing it. Well, my plan was to try to get everybody else's taxes done prior to me having surgery. And then I figured 2 weeks afterwards, I'd be fine. I'd be able to sit at a desk or be upstairs on my laptop in bed, where I'd be able to get it done. But I kept looking for this QMID and never was getting it. And so I finally said, I'm like, you know what? It's April 5th. I am not going to stress out about this. I'm just going to file. I'm going to file the extension now and just be done with it.
Yeah, it's easy.
I did not need that.
How long does that give you? How long does it give you till again? Is that
October
October
15th, I
something?
believe.
Got you. Okay. Yeah.
It's like 6 months.
By that
So-
time, you might as well just roll it into the next year. Just be like, hey, just roll it into the next year.
You know, it's funny is there was one year that I ended up having issues because you know what's based upon your taxes? Student finance, student finances.
Yeah.
And I didn't have current year income, and so it really kind of messed that up for a year, which really sucked because that means that we couldn't get. They basically say the earlier you get your request in, the more likely you are to get a larger amount of money. Well, we ended up getting our stuff in a month late because of getting taxes done by October 15th. So we got that in by just before November 1st. And I don't know how much it affected things, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Nice. Good. Okay, I am going to peace out. Just
Okay.
wanted to stop in and say hi. Enjoy. You have another guest coming on, right?
I don't think he's coming.
Okay.
I mean, he had a rough day. He's his new mining pool is his alpha mine we're talking about. His new mining pool got DDoS today, so he's been fighting with that all day, and so it's he doesn't know who's doing it, but we have our suspicions.
There's a lot of there's been a few questions in chat regarding Pearl, so I'm gonna let you dive into that because I know you've been eager to talk about that. So have fun, folks. Thanks, Max. Talk to you later.
All right,
Bye.
see ya. All right, let me switch this back. Let's go there. Come on. All right, there we go. Now we are back to normal. In the meantime, let me switch just in case he does show up. I want to be able to see it. I did send him the link, but like I said, I'm pretty sure he was pretty wiped out. I told him, I said, hey, if you can show up for 15 minutes, great. If not, understood. So, but yeah, Pearl. First off, there's a couple of things. Let me, first of all, share my screen, which I think is this one. Yeah, there we go. So this is AlphaMine's pool. So if you do want, basically go to pearl.alphapool.tech. That's how you get to it. And there's instructions on here on how to mine. I was trying to do it with a background job with Vast. I've done that in the past. Hey, Swamp7, you want to figure out how to do that again? I could not get it to pass the environmental variable for the wallet. Everything else was going except it kept saying, can't find the wallet, can't find the wallet, can't find the wallet. So I don't know what was going on. I may end up running a background job and then running like a system D service that checks if another container shows up, and if it does, then it'll immediately kill the mining process. And that should be like milliseconds to do that. But Yeah. All right. Well, let me check out the chat because I've not been checking out the chat. Let's see. Ba, ba, ba. NJ Tech says I use them all. Doo, doo, doo. I also know Born Again shell one-liners. Everything I learned from Red Panda Mining. All right, I'm not getting the reference on a lot of this stuff. How profitable is Pearl? You may know better than XNT or knock. Considering that it isn't on any exchanges at this point, and the only thing you have is like, I don't want to say dark alley exchanges, but basically off chain exchanges where things you send things through the wallet and then they send you something off. So you're basically doing a private party exchange if you want to buy the coin. So nobody seems to know exactly how much that is, but the predictions on what it will go to is, average is like 25 to 30 cents is what people are saying. Very reasonable that it could go to. Some are saying it go to $1 or $2, which isn't like, they say that's like a 10% chance it could go up to $1. So not a huge, and this is the actual project that's saying that. So I don't know. What they did say or I read was that if the coin is, well, the break even point, which I find hard to put a number on it since it's all going to depend on what your power rate is, but they said 1.8 cents. If it was above 1.8 cents a coin, then you are breaking even. So yeah. So I don't know exactly how profitable it is right now. If you think about it this way, when you are early to a project, the last thing you should be asking yourself is it profitable? No, you're getting in early because nobody has any idea if it's profitable, and you're getting in early because historically the best time to get in a project is really, really early because nobody knows if it's going to be profitable at that point. So once people understand how profitable it is, the mania will go, and it is profitable, then the mania will be even more, will be even higher than it already is. So it's people are excited for the potential for the profitability, but also for the promise of the technology and the fact that you'll be able to do AI type workloads through the blockchain. That's the promise. And right now, as I mentioned earlier, somebody had posted somewhere that basically RunPod was out of H100s. They didn't have any more to rent. So as I understand it, Retro Mike, please chime in if you know things that I don't, because I figured you're probably as much in the know as anyone. Sorry, Retro Mike. Getting in early is copium. Oh, that's true. RC4 says my 5090s are rented at 65 cents plus before fees. That's nice if you can get it. Like I said, my problem was most of my stuff was rented prior to this. And while some of the clients have transitioned over to it, I still have the same clients. I can tell that they never left. Rigel Miner supports it? Really? Interesting. Which I obviously have that. Now, is that the best miner for it? Because I know that they're making improvements on the miner. I mean, I know right now when I ran the RTX Pro 5000 on it yesterday, because that was the only GPU I had basically that wasn't rented, it was getting about 180 terahash. Yeah, which is about 100 less than what a 5090 would get. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Retro Mike. Today is your first day actively online. Well, I'm glad you're feeling well enough to be online. That's awesome. All right, let me. Let's see. There's a whole KYC thing. Get Dynex stock. I'm not doing it. Interesting. They're trying to become a stock. Yeah, let me just look at this. Make sure I didn't miss something. It's gonna crash just like every other AI project. I'm not saying it won't. I don't know. Something's got to stick, right? Eventually. I mean, this has the good thing about it is this actually has some like reputable uh like articles, thesis, that type of thing from colleges that specifically like develop the idea behind this. So I don't know. So anyway, but this is that pool from AlphaMine. Now I thought this was pretty interesting. This is Pearl's own pool, shall we say, and they're actually reselling rentals through here. So 230 terahash, which is probably like a 5080, $89 for 3 days. That's actually not horrible considering what they're going for right now. Oh wait, what am I talking about? That's $30 a day for the equivalent. Oh man, I'd love to get that. Hell, I'd do half that price on a 5080. $15 a day on a 5080 would be a dream. So to me, if they're selling these, they're profiting from this. They're definitely profiting from this. Now it says all out of stock, so I'm kind of curious where they were actually getting this from. But 690 terahash, I don't know what exactly that is, but that's more than 25090s. And then 200 wait a minute. Oh, half a year of Pearl mining at 230 terahash is $5,000. Wow. That's kind of crazy. But anyway, you can see that they are reselling rentals and they're out of stock. So there's a wait list of people trying to get in. So if we look at, I do have that up here. Let's start looking here. Let me actually pull up the ones. So 3090, we'll pull up 5060 Ti since I've got that. I do want to see H200s and H100s as well. Let's see, 5080s. I don't think I've missed any other H100s at this point. There's the H100, H200. I'm going to put the RTX Pro 5000. All right, that should be good enough. I don't think I need any of these other ones. Oh, wait a minute. H100 PCIe. Definitely want to see that one. All right, we'll leave that at that. That should be good enough. All right, so you look at like 5090s, we're talking 99% rented. 99, over 99% rented. 45 is less than 1% of 4800. So I can actually math. Somebody in this chat can't, but okay. And then you've got 4090s. That's like 98% rented, 97 to 98% rented. I mean, they're just off the charts. RTX Pro 6000, that one is like 80% rented. Again, I'm shooting these numbers off the top of my head. That one is about 96 to 97% rented. I mean, again, I'm only looking at verified. But I mean, when you look at unverified, and there are more unverified rented that are not, this one's a little bit less. This one's a little bit more. So, and then what about, yeah, and that one's, a lot of the unverified ones there are rented. Let's keep going. H200s. There's 433 and only five. That's almost 99% rented. And 40 and 18, 40 unverified. That's crazy. H100, one. There's only one not rented. Somebody go grab it. But you can see the H100 and H200s are off the chart. Wow, 5080s, 173 and 2. There's just no supply. There's no supply. You put something online, it's going to get rented. Now, when I get down to I'm just about to get there. This one, not so much, and I don't get it. I do not get it. And I'm one of these two that is unverified and considered unrented. I'm not unrented because I'm on an intermittent job. Intermittent jobs don't show up as rented. By the way, I did fix the issue. The reason why was when I rebooted. So for those people that might have come in a little bit late, my machine behind me, the fans were humming, and I had 2 cores on my Unraid server that were pegged at 100, and there should only be 1. And so then I went in, looked at bpytop so I can see what processes were running on the cores. And then I realized, oh, NVTop, which is what I had put, was running at 100%. Why was it running at 100%? Because I restarted and didn't close out that process. So what I found is when that happens, it like runs away, and you have to kill it. So when you're in bpytop, you can highlight the process and then click either T or actually click the terminate word, and it will terminate that process. So anyway, I fixed it. But anyway, so yeah, right now it is on an intermittent. It's making like 30. What is it? Where is it? Why is it showing up like the old way again? Oh, that is so weird. Sorry, I got to get reaccustomed because I had changed it to a different view and now it's back to the old view. Where is it? There it is. It's making 39 cents an hour. So not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, for that one to be making only 39 cents, yeah. But it's intermittent. I needed a job on it that was intermittent so that it can get verified. And when you're rented interruptible, it usually helps move the needle on your reliability when that happens. So anyway, let's keep going down here. H100 PCIe, there aren't that many of them. 13 and 2. And I see these ones that have like lower numbers. A big portion of that is just because people don't even look to think about finding these. But yeah, H100 PCIe, minimum of $1.50 an hour. Man, could you imagine like get like a server of 8 of those? Yeah, that would be pretty nice. That would be pretty nice. All right, let me check. So, all right, let me check. All right, that was the last thing I read. Max must be what Salad is running at 27 cents, probably all Pearl. You know, I've talked with them and they didn't know much about Pearl until I brought it up and AlphaMind brought it up. So they really didn't know much about it. So as far as they know, it's not Pearl mining that's driving their and it doesn't have to be actually. It's the fact that all the stuff that would be using H100s and H200s that's now on Pearl and everything else that's also running Pearl, that demand that actually is real work that needs to be done has to go somewhere. And so Salad is catching higher demand because people don't have anywhere else to go with it. And I'm not saying that they're not good. I'm just saying that, you know, if you have nowhere else to go because there's no supply, you're going to try to find somebody that has supply and they're going to gobble that up. And right now, Salad doesn't even have supply. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I've been upping the prices on all my GPUs and they are getting rented. Well, yeah. My problem is that nobody's jumping off. So I have all my prices raised, but nobody's jumping off on the old stuff. So I'm stuck at prices that I had set, 6-8 weeks ago. Because I mean, I basically set mine out for like long-term rentals. Because people, if you give them the opportunity for long-term rentals, they will stay on. And obviously, it's not all about what you get rented for. It's about what your utilization is. And my utilization is very, very high. Retro Mike, my Ascended Heroes God Pack is almost graded at tag. Let's see if it gets 10s. When they come back 7, sell them to me. Of course you do, Swamp 7. Makes $20 an hour for an 8 H100s. Nice. I am preparing 3 gig fiber and 400 amp service at my other basement. Do you want to host stuff with me? Maybe. It's a definite maybe. I appreciate that offer. I will let you know. I like having my stuff here. But in the cost of shipping, let me think about it. And again, humbly, I really appreciate the offer. Very much appreciate the offer. RPM, when are you building your sub basement? Yeah, not well. If your water table's not that high, definitely could. Just go out back and build like a storm shelter, and just build it with really, really good airflow. All you guys with your basements, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Everybody talks about, well, why do you guys have basements up north and we don't down south? Well, the reason why is because you have to build foundations that go below the frost line. And you get above a certain latitude and you absolutely have to build foundations that go down further. Well, if you're going down that far anyway, it doesn't really take that much more to go a little bit further and put in a concrete slab, and now you got a basement. So the cost of adding a basement to a new home is significantly less than if you're building in the south, where a lot of times the water table is a lot higher, and B, you don't have to build the foundation so deep, so therefore, it raises the cost of a home by quite a bit by putting in a basement in that. So let's see. Yeah, most Canadian homes I would think would have them, again, just because of what I just said. Max, just put my 5090s at 69 cents just for giggles. Yeah, Red Panda. Yeah, need your hardware near you. I mean, do I need it near me? No. I mean, I did send, 2 octa miners to, Kansas. So, I mean, I dealt with it. But that, for me, that was like, oh, great. I get the heat out of the house. And that's just more of a set and forget type of thing. With this, it's like, shoot, sometimes things just don't go right, and you have to be able to reset it. And if you don't have IPMI or have a KVM, you're not going to be able to turn them on and off. I just had a situation with this guy behind me a couple of days ago where it was in runaway mode. It was like 6 threads, 6 to 8, about 6 threads were at 100%. And I'm like, what is it doing? Everything says offline. I can't get into anything. What is taking this? I don't know. And so I had to turn it off, turn it back on, and away it went. But yeah. And it was pretty obvious because I came in here and it was just like screaming at me. Like, I'm hot. Tell me what's going on. Let's see. What is this frost word you speak of? You may not have, because of where you are in Canada, you may not have the same issues. But if you move inland ever, I'm sure if you talk to Rabid with where he lives, I am absolutely sure that he's got, well, we already know he's got a basement. You gave a tour of his house with your video. And so, yeah, he of course would have a basement. K-Shot, dude, I got 7 up, 7 down for $100 a month with internet backup just north of the border of UMax in Wisco. Okay, well, shoot me a DM so I have you who you are on Discord, and yeah, twist my arm. Twist my arm. We could set up a tail. Why can I not think of it? Anyway, if you know what I'm talking about, say it in the chat. Rabbit lives in minus 40C. Not all the time. And of course, Swamp 7 says, should have went Arista. Because you can get Arista stuff like stupid cheap. Yeah, I would think you have basements in Southern Ontario near Toronto. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the same latitude that I'm at. Tail scale, thank you. God, why can I not think of the name of that? Yeah, I need a serial port into my Arista switch to set it up. I don't want to do that. Although I showed this to you, I think it was last week, maybe even 2 weeks ago. I still haven't installed this thing. Still have not installed this thing. The 2.5 gig switch. Need to do that. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. All right. Well, going back, so my biggest confusion about Pearl is that, well, I've already shown this to you. Let me go full screen. Is like I said, you read the white paper and it says H100, H200s are the only GPUs that can do proof of useful work on it. So why are there so many other GPUs doing it? Supposedly, well, I've heard two things. One is, yes, these others can mine it, but can't do the proof of useful work. And then I also heard a story that somebody had like backward engineered this where other GPUs could do it. I don't know what the truth is on that. But I'm sure the truth will come out over the next month or so. Right now, it's all about the hype. People are thinking, oh, it's going to last 5 or 6 months at least. I don't know. I think we get middle of July and the hype will die down, and there'll be increased supply because of the profit, the profitability, and then all of a sudden there'll be more volume out there but less demand. So we'll see. I mean, I hope that's not the case. I hope we continue to hit these numbers. That would be awesome. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I want other jobs on my machines because, man, it's going to be hot in the house. It is currently, thermostat shows 76 degrees and it only hit mid 80s today. That's not good. That's not good. The basement, I was going to tell you what the basement was at, and I never, come on. It is 88, basically 89 degrees in the basement right now. I think. No? Or is it down to 85? I'm looking at the, that's because the chart's wrong. That's from a long time ago. All right, let me see if I go back. Yeah, it's 88 degrees in the basement right now. That's like right in front of the rack. So, we've been talking hour and a half. So yeah, so I will be putting out a video early part of the week on things about Vast, things that you need to. I've already have the outline. I need to put it into a more detailed outline and then record it. But I will be putting that out beginning of the week, and then later in the week I'll be putting out a salad video. And it's got a little bit different spin to it. Yes, it's sponsored by Salad. I'm very upfront about that. I am on Salad, but it will have specific reasons why it's the right thing for certain situations. It has scenarios that make a lot of sense. And so I will go through that in that video. So I'm looking forward to doing that video because it has been things that I haven't heard others talk about. So looking forward to that. Quick hash, so close to winning today. Did we talk about the AI crypto? Yes, we did. Pearl. By the way, I never did see. Did anybody get that in my thumbnail? Like that's why the oyster was there, because of the pearl. I'm really curious how many people, tell me the truth, when you saw the thumbnail, did you know what that meant? Did you know? All right, so Quick Hash says he did. I thought it was clever. I really liked that that thumbnail. So one of the things I've been doing with thumbnails has been I'm using Claude to create the prompt, and then I'm putting the prompt into vidIQ. And people are obviously very critical. Some people probably don't like the thumbnails. I've been really happy with the thumbnails that they've been producing by using that strategy. So when I saw that one, I was like, it was the first one. I was like, oh, that one's awesome. That was perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. So yeah. Okay. Very good, Swamp 7, because I saw that too. And I almost redid it. And I'm like, no. That's like an Easter egg. I'm going to leave that in there and see who says something. So, hey, I'm glad you didn't disappoint. But yes, there was the upside down IO bracket. No, the funny thing is it wasn't even an upside down IO bracket. It was a duplicate IO bracket. If you looked closely, you would see on the other side there were two fingers sticking down, and then on this side they had the upper bracket and also the two fingers sticking down. So yeah, it was like a double bracket. It was like a double bracket. That's funny though that you said that. That's hilarious. I didn't know about the oyster. Rizzo said that. Well, I'm glad. I was like, I was hoping that people would kind of look at it and go, huh? Why is there an oyster? Like, I don't get it. Why is there a clam? Like, what? I don't get it. But I knew if anybody knew about Pearl, they would get it. Oh, good strategy, but you use Gemini. Yeah. So the reason why I use vidIQ is because with Gemini and Nano Banana, they've gone away from being able to use your own picture. So they will change the picture of yourself to not look like you. Of course, some will argue that what I'm using is maybe not exactly me. It's close. It's a much better looking version of me. Much better looking. So, but it has the same features and it's consistent. And when I was using Gemini and Nano Banana, it was consistent up through like the first part of December. And then it all of a sudden said, no, we can't do it anymore because of the threat of deepfakes. So that's why I had to find a different strategy. And that's when I started using vidIQ. vidIQ has definitely improved quite a bit when it comes to thumbnails. Rizzo says, Red Panda, you said I win too much. Let's see. You lurking like a sniper, Doombots. All right. I'm trying to think. I know I had something else I was going to talk about tonight. Now I can't even remember what it was. I am trying to think. Oh, well, one thing is, so not a huge surprise, but so close to hitting $200 for a day. I was at what was my exact amount? Let's see. Earnings for the day was $199.05. Now, if I added my salad was at, let's just call it $6. It was I don't have the exact number, but that's not it. Where is it? There it is. It's gonna make me log in though. Yeah, log in. Although I did log into that email, so hopefully this won't take long. So I can get the number. Come on. Quickly. Earning summary. I was at, right around $6 for the day. Right around $6. $6.50. You take about 10% out, about $6. So I was over $200 when you add that in as well. But yeah, so better than a sharp stick in the eye. But I would like to see my Vast like finally hit it. Now, what's interesting is if everything stays rented, because right now I'm 100% rented. Although it won't look like it because one of them's intermittent, but if we include that one and what it's earning, I should hit over $200 for tomorrow. It'll be close though, because this one didn't come. The job didn't come online until like I think about 8 a.m. this morning, so it was on for less than half a day. So hopefully, let's see. Retro Mike says I use vidIQ extension from within Studio. It does a good job at analyzing the video. I get hate from my AI thumbnails on another channel, but I get thousands of views, so they can suck it. I just left off the last word because it made it sound better. Cooling tower is up and running. Nice. You get a big facility going there, Quick Cash? Nice. Core X, good to see you. Good to see you, sir. Rizzo says, I won the Jingle Miner Solo Pro 4.8 terahash from the hobbyist. Is that what you were saying? Yeah, I mean, you are pretty lucky if you've won that much. I mean, I've considered myself pretty lucky in the Panda, Of course, me and Panda are buds, so of course I win every once in a while. Although not anymore, because I was giving him crap today. I was really giving him crap. Like, hit, remove. That first one was driving me nuts. No, it will not change the odds. It will not change the odds because by not hitting remove, if you land on it, it is still not going to count. So it doesn't change the odds at all. It just means it's a re-roll. It'd be like putting like 50 wild cards on, 50 re-rolls, and saying, I'm not going to take any of those re-rolls off because it'll change the odds. It won't change the odds. It will not. It will not. Anyway, I think he was just trying to trigger me, and it worked. I was triggered. I was definitely triggered. It doesn't. It does not. Do you want me to? Okay, who's better at math? Who's better at math? Does not change the odds. Correct. Does not change the odds. Tornado storm chances tomorrow are a bullseye on me. Yeah. Yeah, that southeast South Dakota, West Iowa, northeast Nebraska. Yeah, that's the bullseye tomorrow. That is the bullseye tomorrow. Be safe, Corex. Be safe. Asian math or American math. Math is math. The answers do not change. How you may get to those answers may change. But the bottom line is the answers are still the answers. Math does not change because of the type of process you use to get there. I mean, we could certainly go through an example and I can show you why probability-wise it does not matter. There is 3 people, but a reroll on the wheel, which means you have a 25% chance of a reroll. We literally go through that and say, what's the chance of a reroll? It's still going to be a 75% chance, a 25% or 33% chance of somebody winning, or a 33% chance of you winning each roll, because the other one is just a reroll. That's it. The reroll doesn't need to be there because all you're going to do is reroll it again if you land on it. So therefore, it's irrelevant. It's absolutely irrelevant. Just saying. I know my math. And my daughter's very good at statistics and probability, and she got that from somewhere. She's actually better at it than me. All right. July 1st or so. Let's see. Dumas. Panda needs you and delays help in barn. Let's see. Black Badger. If I raise the price for storing images and files on Vast, does that only count towards newly stored data, or will that affect current renters too? No, it is only newly stored. Once that customer's come on and basically made that contract with you at that rate, they are able to stay on there until whatever you set for the expiration date. So this is why I always tell people you need to be really careful on, I shouldn't say careful, you need to be very intentional on what you put for your expiration date. There's a lot of different reasons why you'd want to do things one way or the other. Like I have one that I really, really want to take off. And he's rented through July. So I have moved the expiration date up to like a week out. That way, if he leaves and somebody comes online, it's still only going to be that week out. But that person's not leaving until July, I guarantee it. Now at the rate he's got. Let's see. Are we better off renting the GPUs out or mining the clam? The clam thing directly. Pearl. The pearl. It's the thing in the oyster. It's an oyster. So that is like a chicken or the egg type of question, because historically, if a coin is going to do well, you want to mine it a lot up front, very early in the process. We are less than a month. We're like 3 weeks out from this thing starting mining. So you're taking a chance. Thank you, Norstar, for becoming an OnlyFans member. I very much appreciate that. So risk it for the biscuit. You can always try. Put maybe a little bit on it. I don't know. That's completely up to everybody, but it's the unknown. I was talking to somebody else that it was a miner and now does mainly GPU rentals. And I was talking about, I may put something on that. Maybe take my 3060 Ti off a Salad and put it on, because it's not really making much on Salad. So maybe I'll put that on there. I know it won't get that much, but hey, at least it's something. And he's like, do you really want to go back to mining? Don't you like the expectation of your payouts from the AI? I'm like, of course I do. Of course I do. But there's that feeling of, man, it's like playing the lottery. It's nothing less than playing the lottery. Why do you go out and buy a lottery ticket? For the entertainment, for the possibility, the thought of the possibility of getting rich. Certainly don't put your whole farm on it. In my opinion, don't put your whole farm on it, because who knows what it's actually going to do, and you're going to be wasting all this power and cost of power and such. But yeah, putting a little dabble into it, sure, why not? Hang on, let's see. Let's see. Are we better off renting? Okay. Then Panda opens Pokemon packs. He's a gambling professional. Don't mess with his probability skills. Okay, I've played poker with him. His probability skills suck. Just saying, because Texas Hold'em is the ability to read others, but the most important part is understanding the probability of all the different hands and where you are in the hand. Ban him again at RPM. Max, but if it's removed, it does change the odds on the wheel and changes the probability from the previous chosen people. Your point is, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. It does not. It does not, because that spot on the wheel is just a reroll. It doesn't change anything. It just means that you're going to have to re-roll it. But the odds of what people are going to win does not change. It does not change at all. It does not. You would not have had to remove the previous people. You would not, because you'd still re-roll if you hit those people. Again, a re-roll is irrelevant. It might as well not even be on the wheel. It's just a waste of time, is what it is. So it's still, they can't win. Therefore, their spot on the wheel is irrelevant because you will re-roll. Therefore, the probability does not change for the chance of anybody winning. So yeah, the chance of them having it hit them changes on that particular roll, but the chance of winning doesn't change. That's my point. The chance of winning that particular roll does not change because all these people that have already won are might as well say re-roll on them. So, all right. You know, it's fun being on this side of the argument because I get the last word. Let's see. Makes me just want people to rent my host so they can mine the pearl. You know, yes and no. Like I said, the thing is that they're using full TDP on those cards. They are cranking away, and the heat coming out of those things. I was like looking forward to the summer. I'm like, yeah, I'm in good shape. Yeah, I got AI rentals, you know, long-term rentals. I should be good. And then all of a sudden this thing came along. Again, not unhappy about the revenue, but yeah, it makes the heat part a little bit worrying. I'm not watching UFC. Red Pine mining. Screw mining. Dude, if I get rented still at 69 cents, I'm taking the cashish. Yes. I'm gonna name change to Red Panda AI. Sure, go ahead. Just make sure like you tell somebody to say something in the Vast.ai or Vast.ai Discord so that they can have a field day talking about you again. What's funny is I have a lot of respect for Illusion X, and if there's anybody from Vast.ai, they're gonna be like, you know, he always says nice things about him. Yeah, because he's the adult in the room. Sorry, he is. He's the adult in the room, and he's like, you know, if you just would stop talking about him, it would go away. Not meaning that you would go away, but that the subject would go away. Anyway. Hey, I did all in one top 30. Top 30 of what? I don't remember that. You should join us for Jellyfish has a poker tournament every Wednesday night. Anybody can join. More the merrier. Last Wednesday I was not in it. I was just I was in it, but I wasn't really into it. Last Wednesday I was in a bad mood. But yeah, I was ace king going up against aces. Steven Cicero knocked me out. But I usually have done pretty well. I've already won once this season and took a second place this season in 4 tries. So I've done pretty well. Let's see. Again, it wouldn't screw up the probability. I'll let you win. You're not letting me win. Like I said, I can go through and work out the probabilities and use an example of just like 3 people and 1 person who's already won, and leave that person on there and figure out what the probability is of their chance of winning, and their chance of winning will still be 33%. Still 33%. It may take more than 1 wheel spin, but it's still 33%. That would have taken a lot more time today. Yeah, if he hadn't hit remove on the other rounds, it would have taken a lot more time. It took him 35 minutes to spin the wheel for the first time. 35 minutes. I'll let you have this one. Yeah. The AC cost is going to eat that revenue up to keep the heat down. Yeah. But that's not that much different than last year. When it gets up into the mid 80s, yeah, the AC or the heat pump has trouble keeping up. Let's see what I'm at now. Still 76. Although, like I said, it's warm in here because that guy's pumping out 300 watts right now. Is the clam AI or something else? Okay, so the pearl, and it's an oyster. The pearl is both, technically. It is proof of useful work. And it supposedly has the ability to run like VLLM. So true. Oh, interesting. Did that guy finally hop off? All of a sudden my machine got quiet, so no, looks like just between jobs. It'll spin back up. Yeah, it's just spinning back up now. Anyway, so yeah, it's kind of both. It is a coin. Pearl is a crypto coin, and it can supposedly do proof of useful work on H100s and H200s, but only those cards. So you ask, okay, well, Max, you don't have any of those, but they need right now, supposedly need other GPUs to mine the blockchain. And so that's what's happening but now the other thing I've heard is that H100s and H200s were supposed to be the only thing that could be on it, but somebody somehow backward engineered this or reverse engineered it to allow other GPUs to also get onto the blockchain. So I don't know. I'm not completely up on it yet, but yes, it is supposed to be both. Is there a wallet for this clam? It's a pearl. It's not a clam. You could say oyster, not clam. Clamsium. Yes, there is. You could either do here under my wallet, you can go to computepearlresearch.ai. This is the project, and create your own wallet address here, or there is a wallet that you can download. So, and if you're going to do that, make sure you do it on a VM. Don't do it on your own personal computer. Do it on maybe some off machine. Wow, it got really quiet now. Did it finally hop off? Certainly sounds like it. No, just not running anything right now. Not complaining. Man, that machine's quiet now. Really quiet. Whose useful work are they doing? They're supposedly doing. That's a very good question, actually. But no, it would be somebody who is renting their useful work. So like for instance, I don't know why this is taking so long. So basically, if somebody wanted to rent here these Pearl mining packages, supposedly they'd also be able to run work on these GPUs as well. So they would be like renting out these GPUs to run their own work. That's my understanding. I definitely do not work for Big Oyster, trying to keep the clams down. Okay, last time I checked, clams do not make pearls. They're oysters that make pearls. Fight me on that. Alrighty, guys. Well, I have been going over 2 hours, so I am going to call it a night. Appreciate you guys all being here. Wow, a lot more people than I usually do. I appreciate it. Makes it a lot of fun. Maybe we'll have to see. Maybe next week I can get who I said was going to be on here. Why am I drawing a blank? I am tired. That's why I got like 5 hours of sleep last night. Alpha Mind. That's what I was thinking of. Maybe you can join me next week, possibly. But we'll see. He's still figuring things out as well, but he certainly, I think, of anybody in our community, I think he probably knows more about it at this point. So, alrighty, guys. And as always, no tabs were harmed in the making of this live stream. Have a good night, everybody. Now I need to get back into meld. There we go.